Boulder's top stories this week. The city breaks ground on the first capital improvement bond project. Kids are all ears at Children's Storytime. And Boulder gears up for municipalization and climate action planning work. Hi, I'm Natalie Wood. Thanks to a measure approved by Boulder voters in November, the city is catching up on some significant maintenance, repair, and improvements around town. The Capital Improvement Bond Project allows the city to make investments to improve Boulder's current infrastructure without raising taxes. Inside Boulder News was at the groundbreaking ceremony on Monday, where officials commemorated the implementation of the bond projects. City officials enthusiastically broke ground on the Baseline Multi-Use Path project. The project on Baseline will finally complete a path connection to the Bear Creek Path from the US 36 West interchange, something that city officials feel is long overdue.
It's been in the Transportation Master Plan for a number of years, just like a number of the projects that will be completed have been on master plans for a number of years, but we've lacked the funding until now to complete these projects. So we're very excited for that to happen.
There'll be many more projects. I think it's really exciting for the city to see these roll out over the next few years and catch up on a number of things we needed to catch up on and put the city on a much firmer footing. Even in these difficult economic times, Boulderites support a high level of services and a high level of maintenance in our community.
The community voted to approve the capital improvement bond in a 3-to-1 margin, allowing the city to leverage existing revenues to bond for up to $49 million on making significant improvements throughout town. All in all, there will be over 70 projects funded by the bond.
The committee felt strongly that the bond package needed to focus on significant deficiencies, areas that would be important improvements to health and safety standards, and that would maintain industry standards and meet legal requirements.
These projects will include everything from transportation improvements like this multi-use path on Baseline to equipment replacements and parks and recreation improvements. A 16-member community stakeholder committee worked hard to select projects that are important to the community.
The community polls that were conducted and that came in showed that we were very much in line as a committee with what the community wanted, and the vote was a resounding vote of confidence that we were in line with the values and desires of the committee.
The committee prioritized projects from a list of capital funding opportunities totaling $700 million to come up with the $49 million package. The bond requires that 85% of the $49 million be spent in 3 years. Community members can expect to see construction and improvements occurring along roadways, bike paths, parking lots, and in parks throughout the next few years.
Mother duck called quack, 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 and only 4 little ducks came back.
The capital improvement bond will allow for some renovation in the main Boulder Public Library as well. One of the major changes in late 2012 to early 2013 will be moving the Children's Library to the 2nd floor next to the Boulder Creek Room. This new location will house the popular children's storytime events where kids can enjoy books, music, and much more.
A coworker and I actually sit together and sing every single song for Storytime. So we do all books that are songs, we sing them to the kids, we get the kids up, we have them move, we have them dance, really, really fun. So that along with just regular story time, which is more of a sit-down stories, imaginative play, learning about words, getting a connection to the book. You really get them excited about the book. But currently where we are, we're right next to a windowed area and we are right below reference. So the sound tends to travel up sometimes. We tend to get a little noisy. Kids do that. Libraries are not quiet places anymore. And in order to build on that we want a children's area for the kids to be able to be kids, they're going to move us.
Children's Storytime takes place at 10:15 a.m. 5 days a week at the main library. Storytimes are also held a few days a week at the library's Meadows and Reynolds branches. The format of Storytimes at the branch libraries this year will be more similar to those held at the main library, with staff members incorporating the power of story, song, and movement to help kids learn. Be sure to check out boulderlibrary.org for schedules and more information. It's been almost 3 months since voters approved continued study around the possible creation of a local electric utility, and the city is hard at work assembling a team to accomplish this goal. The city announced last week that it has hired Colorado law firm Duncan, Ostrander & Dingus to provide advice about the possible acquisition of Excel's distribution system. Staff is currently interviewing additional lawyers to help with the federal regulatory process and will soon be recruiting an executive director. While energy supply will remain a major focus of the city's work this year, it isn't the only climate-related item on tap. 2012 will also be a year of evaluation for the city's Climate Action Plan. The CAP was created to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in response to the global warming crisis. Many of the plan's programs, especially those that seek to reduce energy use and promote efficiency, are funded through a tax on electricity. This tax expires next spring. City officials have said that regardless of whether Boulder creates its own utility, energy efficiency will continue to be critical to success. Over the next several months, the Environmental Advisory Board will be working to define goals the community might want to consider for climate action in 2013 and beyond. It is anticipated the board will develop both long-term goals, such as reducing emissions by a certain amount over time, but also short-term benchmarks, such as an increase in participation in efficiency programs that could help the community gauge how it's doing. For more information about this work and how you can participate, please visit the city's Energy Future website. For the past month, Boulder cycling enthusiasts have been excited about the prospect of hosting the 2014 and 2015 Cyclocross National Championships at Valmont Bike Park. Boulder was announced as one of 3 finalists to host the popular event in early January, and on Wednesday, USA Cycling visited the park for a venue and site evaluation.
To cyclocross riders, it's a place to race, it's a place to practice. There's all sorts of technical issues here in terms of the run-ups, the stairs, sand pits, challenging climbs, challenging descents, and it's just a great training and racing venue. In addition, you know, it's fantastic for guys on bike parks, people on mountain bikes, kids in general, so it's a wonderful resource for the Boulder area.
The championships would bring in an estimated 1,500 athletes as well as spectators. The other 2 cities in the running are Asheville, North Carolina and Austin, Texas. A decision on the host city is expected to be made sometime later this year. That's all the time we have for this week. You can connect with Inside Boulder News on Facebook by submitting news tips and questions. Just search for City of Boulder Channel 8. I'm Natalie Wood. Stick around for more Inside Boulder next.